Welcome to Alliance for Workforce Development and our layoff assistance and rapid response services. Our mission here at Alliance for Workforce Development is to provide workforce development and human resource services dedicated to enhancing the quality of life throughout our communities by assisting businesses, organizations, and job seekers with their pathways to success. Alliance for Workforce Development is a private, nonprofit corporation. We're part of the America's JobCenter of California network. Some of our offices are called the Business and Career Network offices. We have 9 locations covering 6 counties in Northern California. Those counties include Butte County, Lassen, Modoc, Nevada, Plumas, and Sierra County. We do have virtual services that are available in all of our offices. We are a provider under the Northern Rural Training and Employment Consortium, otherwise known as NORTEC, and we do provide WIOA services. At Alliance for Workforce Development, we have multiple local offices to serve you. You can reach out to us at any of these locations. Butte County has 3 different locations, 2 in Chico, California, and 1 in Oroville, California. We have 2 locations in Nevada County, 1 in Grass Valley and 1 in Truckee. We have a location in Lassen County up in Susanville, California, a location in Plumas County in Quincy, California. Our location in Modoc County is in Alturas, California. And our location in Sierra County is in Sierraville, California. We encourage you to reach out to us at any of our local offices for help with your layoff assistance. You can also connect with us online on any of our social networking sites, as well as our website at www.afwd.org. You can chat with a live staff member Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 using our chat feature. You can also reach us by emailing afwdcontact@ncen.org. Today we're going to discuss some layoff help and assistance that we can give to you during this time. We're going to go over EDD services, some local assistance services, some financial tips, and of course, the services we provide here at AFWD. The Employment Development Department, otherwise known as EDD, has multiple benefits available to you if you're unemployed. They have unemployment insurance, disability insurance, paid family leave, and even workforce services. We encourage you to visit them online at edd.ca.gov and take a look at all of the benefits that you might be eligible for. So let's talk a little bit about unemployment insurance claims and the different types of claims that the Employment Development Department in the state of California has available. Almost everybody is probably pretty knowledgeable and understands that there are what we call regular unemployment insurance claims. And those are going to be for those that are totally or partially unemployed. You're unemployed, of course, because of no fault of your own. You're physically able to work, and you are available for work, and you're ready and willing to accept work immediately. Those claims have a base period that is a 12-month term. Usually EDD is looking back 18 months to see how much in wages that you have had in the last 18 months, and they pick the highest quarter to determine what your weekly benefit amount is going to be. Your weekly benefit amount actually will range from about $40 to $450. EDD does have a UI benefit calculator on their website, so if you visit edd.ca.gov and click on the claims button and then go to the unemployment eligibility section, take a look at that. UI benefit calculator to just kind of help you determine what you think you might get in unemployment benefits on a regular unemployment claim. Regular unemployment claims, you also have to certify, of course, for your benefits every 2 weeks, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So besides regular unemployment, there's actually other types of unemployment insurance claims. And you can see that over here on this list, where you see the pandemic unemployment assistance and all these other insurance claims as well. So pandemic unemployment assistance, of course, is part of that new federal provisions to help unemployed Californians who are not usually eligible for regular unemployment benefits. So those are going to be individuals like business owners, those that are self-employed workers, independent contractors, maybe you have a limited work history, who are out of business or really had significantly reduced your services as a direct result of the pandemic. There's a special unemployment assistance insurance claim that you have to file, and it is not the same as regular unemployment benefits. There is different amounts there and a different way to file an unemployment claim. There's also unemployment compensation for federal employees, as well as unemployment compensation for ex-service members that are actually funded with federal funds through the federal government. So there's a different way to kind of file those claims if you were a federal employee, like United States Postal Service or Internal Revenue Service. And those, of course, are subject to federal guidelines and have to be approved by the DOL. Then they have things called joint claims. So that's kind of, maybe you had some federal wages, but you also had regular state wages, or you had federal civilian wages and federal military wages. So you're kind of pulling funds from different types of insurance claims. So those are called joint unemployment insurance claims and could be another way that you file. There's also interstate claims. So those are claims that you can file in California. You can file them in California, but you're actually filing it against another state. So let's say that you moved here from Illinois and you just recently moved and became unemployed in Illinois, but you live here in California now, you'll actually be filing an interstate unemployment insurance claim. And then on that same note, there's what they call combined wage unemployment insurance, where those are, again, kind of a combined unemployment application from wages that were from one state and a second state, so multiple states that they're pulling those wages from. There's also things on your unemployment insurance that you could be eligible for, or different kinds of insurance like training extensions if you had CTB benefits, which we'll talk about in a little bit. If you were maybe eligible for the trade readjustment allowances, and that's for those that are eligible for what we call trade adjustment assistance, the TAA program. Maybe you were, laid off or the business closed because of increased imports or a shift in production to foreign countries, and that really contributed to the reason why you're unemployed. That is some of the criteria there for that TAA program, and there's some special allowances for filing unemployment when you fall into that category. There's also work share. So if your employer participates in a work share, so if they've had to reduce your hours for multiple employees, you can also, continue working for the employer, but also obtain a small unemployment benefit amount through the work share program. And it's really kind of to help so that they're not actually laying off individuals, but kind of keeping them on. And then there's partial unemployment. That program enables employers to train staff during maybe slow business periods, or employees that are then available for full-time employment as the business improves. Employers might use that partial program if employees are temporarily working reduced hours, or maybe they've been placed on a layoff status, but it's not going to be more than 2 consecutive weeks. Then they might be able to file partial unemployment insurance claims. But of course, employees that are laid off due to lack of work for more than 2 weeks can file, of course, a regular unemployment claim, and they might meet those regular requirements. And then there's disaster unemployment insurance applications and assistance for certain areas within California that have been declared a disaster area, and individuals are unemployed directly due to that disaster. That's a separate unemployment insurance claim, and that, like pandemic unemployment, has different benefit amounts and kind of different qualifications there. And then for those that are school employees, those are different unemployment insurance claims as well. Again, those are going to be claims for individuals who work or provide services for a public or private nonprofit school employer. A school employee is also a school supportive employee. These are employees who are employed by a nonprofit or public entity employer and who provide services to or even on behalf of an educational institution. There's certain requirements for school employees. They're very distinctive eligibility, and some school employees may not actually be eligible to receive benefits in certain situations, like if they're filing a claim during a recess period, or maybe only school wages are in a base period, or if there was an offer to return to work. So it's helpful to understand that there are multiple types and allowances of unemployment insurance claims in the state of California, and to really kind of figure out where you might fall into one of those types of claims, so that you'll kind of understand a little bit better, what kind of benefits might be available to you. So let's take a look at this handy flowchart from the EDD department regarding unemployment insurance claims. The first question you're going to want to ask yourself is if you had employee wages in the last 18 months. If you can answer yes to that question, you may qualify for a regular unemployment benefit insurance claim. You would be eligible for 26 weeks of benefits. When you run out of those benefits, you might then be eligible for another additional 24 weeks under the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program, also known as PEUC. If your claim happens to expire, meaning you went over the 12-month period from the start of your claim, you might actually need to file a new unemployment claim, and if there's enough wages in the system for a new claim, then that claim will be processed. If not, EDD will automatically file a PEUC extension on your behalf for your claim. If you are then still within your benefit year, EDD will also file the potential 20-week extension under the Federal State Extended Duration Program. That's the Fed Ed program for an additional 20 weeks onto your claim. Remember, if you're ineligible for any of these benefits, EDD will mail you a notice within 5 to 7 days explaining why you're ineligible and remembering that you can file an appeal. Now, if you answered no to the question of having wages in the last 18 months, you need to think if you've had income from self-employment, being a business owner, independent contractor, or from somewhere else. If you can answer yes to those questions, you may qualify for Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA, if you were impacted by COVID-19. If you are eligible for those benefits, you could potentially receive up to 57 weeks of PUA benefits. So that will be the benefit weeks under PUA, including all of the extensions. So totaling 57 weeks. But remember, it depends on when you're applying for your unemployment claim and when those certain extensions actually end. We really encourage you to visit the EDD website to find out more information about your claim. You can visit edd.ca.gov/unemployment. Here's a little bit more information about the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. Remember, if you are a business owner or self-employed, independent contractor, or you have a limited work history, or maybe you used up all of your regular UI benefits as well as any extensions, or if you are serving a false statement penalty weeks on your regular UI claim, you could potentially be eligible for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. Remember, it's 57 weeks potential benefits to those that may be eligible. So usually with unemployment insurance benefits, you can only get 26 weeks of regular unemployment insurance benefits within your benefit year, so within a 12-month period. So that's 6 months of payments within a 12-month period. But under the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, that PEUC, there were several different extensions that individuals may be eligible for. Depending on when your regular claim runs out, you may be eligible and automatically enrolled in one of the extensions with the potential to have 57 weeks of unemployment insurance benefits available to you. Remember, if your claim expires, meaning you went over the 12-month period, you must file a new claim. You do have to certify every 2 weeks to receive these benefits. This Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation includes the extension and the Fed Ed extension. So if you use up PEUC benefits, you'll then be automatically put into, or at least see if you could be put into, the Fed Ed extension on your claim. Many people are aware that currently there are additional compensation benefits available to you if you're on unemployment. Remember, those additional benefits could be available to you if you were directly affected by COVID-19. Currently, there is an extra $300 compensation on top of your weekly benefit amount that is going through March 13th of 2021. So remember, if you were directly affected by COVID-19 and you're unemployed and you have a claim that you've applied and are eligible for, you would also then receive an additional $300 on top of your weekly benefit amount. So first and foremost, anytime that you want to file for unemployment benefits, regardless of the type of claim, you're going to have to file either online, by phone, or by a paper application. Keep in mind, if you need a paper application, you could also reach out to one of our local offices where we can go ahead and get that for you. Otherwise, you might find yourself kind of searching through the EDD website to look for the actual paper applications. They're a little bit hidden on their website. So just reach out to us and we'll help you with that. One of the ways besides filing online, and we're going to get to that, is to file the claim by phone. Recently, EDD switched their hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it might actually take you multiple tries to get through all the prompts and to actually get put on hold so you can talk to a representative. So don't get discouraged if you've called one time or a couple times and they keep telling you, thank you, we're too busy right now. Just hang up, redial, and do all of the extensions again until you finally get through and they say, oh, please hold for the next available representative. You can call the number 800-300, as you can see here, 5616. The quickest way is, you press 1 or 2. One's for English, 2's for Spanish. And then you're going to have to listen to a long recorded message. You won't be able to push any options at this time. Once that message has been completed, you can actually select 1 to file and reopen a claim, then 1 again to file that new claim. And again, you're going to wait and listen to see if they're going to tell you that they're too busy, or if they tell you, we're transferring you, please hold. And just remember, don't hang up if you're put on hold. it definitely is going to take multiple tries to get through on the unemployment, the EDD claim line, even though they've extended those hours. A few tips that we have here, you could also get, if you need help just with password because of your UI online account, the kind of quick extensions for that are 1672. So, you push 1 and then you listen, and then you push 6 and then you listen, and so forth. There's also some online technical assistance, and that's a different number if you need some help there, like if you are locked out or need a password reset. You can call, as you could see down here, 1-855-327-7058. Or you can even call kind of their general information line. This is only an automated message and has automated information about your claim or even certifying, some general info on unemployment, and that's 866-333-4606. But honestly, the easiest, fastest, and probably the best way to file unemployment is by going online. And you can do that, again, by going to edd.ca.gov, clicking on the claims link to get to the unemployment claim application and the benefits online program. So whatever you do, no matter what, try as best as possible to file online and to get online to do it that way. So let's start talking about how you're going to actually file one of these claims, right? How are we going to file one of those claims? Now, we talked about where you could do it. You can do it online, you can do it by phone, you can do it by paper application, and then it would have to get faxed in. But there's going to be some information that you're going to need to file those claims. So name, birth date, your mailing address, your social security number, documentation, to show that you have authorization to work in the U.S. if you're not a U.S. citizen. You're going to need your employment history over the last 18 months, and that's going to be all of those business names, the addresses, the phone numbers, the income that you earned for them, and of course, why you ended those jobs. So this is really important to gather before you go and apply and file that unemployment insurance claim. The first step in filing the claim, after you got everything all ready and you're sitting down ready to file that claim, maybe online or by phone, and specifically online we're going to talk about right now, is you do have to create what they call a benefit program account. So again, visiting edd.ca.gov, going to the claims button, and then of course clicking on the section that says file for unemployment. You'll want to go to the section where it says to register now or create an account. You have to have an account to qualify and really get the information for the unemployment benefits. We really encourage you to do this right away, whether you file by phone or of course, if you're faxing over a paper, you need to, register for that account. So again, that is registering for the benefit program online, which you can also access by going to the unemployment section on the EDD website and clicking in the section that says register now. And you'll go through all of those options on creating an online account for EDD. They're going to send you a unique email or an email with a unique link. Within 48 hours, you'll need to click on that link to go ahead and finish up creating that account. Otherwise, you're going to end up having to start all over and registering again. Keep in mind it could go into your, spam or junk folders. So definitely keep an eye out for that link. Once you've created your online account, so you have a benefits online, there's going to be some options in there. So you're going to be logged into that account, and they're going to ask you if you're reopening a claim, if you're filing a new claim, unemployment claim, or maybe you're filing a state disability claim. You're going to want to click on the filing a claim, right? Filing a UI claim. Again, going through that benefit online account that you created. And really read through those instructions, kind of click next, and you're going to have to start entering all of that information that we're encouraging you to gather before you start this process. So that's going to be things, of course, like, again, last employer information, your employment history, all of the information that you're going to need. So all of this up here. When you get to the end of filling out all of the information for your claim, really take a look at that summary page. This one's really important, you guys. I actually we encourage you here at AFWD to print out the summary page and have that available, and don't lose that, because if there's any discrepancies or issues with your claim, or they say that they can't process something, you can always go back and take a look at what did you file, what did you say, if you print that off. So definitely review that summary page, keep that for your records and have that available. I always, print that summary and then even print the confirmation page at the end, even though it prints out a lot of duplicate paperwork, to really just make sure you hold on to that for your records. Now, once you've completed that online application for unemployment insurance, you can also log in online, of course, to your benefits program, and you'll also be able to certify for benefits online. So remember, to actually get paid from unemployment, you need to certify every 2 weeks that you are available to work, you're ready to work, you're looking for work, you haven't not accepted any work. You have to certify all of those questions for them to actually release that payment to you every 2 weeks. So your weekly benefit comes in, 2-week amounts, and you'll want to make sure you do that. Fastest way, again, you guys, is right here. It's going to be online. You can even do it on your phone, or of course there's the old paper application that you can send back. We highly discourage you from doing that. It could get lost. It's going to take longer. And really, when you certify online, you actually get those payments a lot sooner than, of course, if you were certifying through the mail. So some other really helpful information you'll want to know about when you're filing your claim, or at least once you have filed a claim, if maybe you thought about this afterwards, is 2 things that they have there. So the first is CalJobs. So CalJobs is a site, it's an online website for job seekers, and they are going to require you to register for a CalJobs account, because of course they would like you to look for work, and you can use their website to do that. They're also going to require that not only do you have to register for this CalJobs account, but you also are going to have to upload or create a resume in CalJobs. They are going to check this, and if for some reason you did not complete this part of the process that they require, they could actually withhold your benefits. So it's really important, that you go in here to CalJobs and you register for that account. Another benefit that you'll really want to think about before you file a claim, although you can, of course, do this after you file a claim, is thinking about if you're going to want to go to training. Even if you have no plans to start training, or a school that you're potentially going to go to, a program you're interested that you are ready to go and want to get into, if you're just thinking about it, that you might need to get retrained, recertified, a new license, new degree, please mark on your actual unemployment application that you are interested or thinking about or might be going to school. What that's going to do is that's going to flag your account for what they call California Training Benefits, or CTB benefits. You only have 16 weeks to basically tell EDD that you might go back to school, or you're thinking about going through a training program, of course, hopefully, so it helps you gain, better employment or employment just in general. But you only have 17 weeks to flag that account. If you do it on the onset of your filing your unemployment insurance claim, then you're good to go. And if you never go back to school, or you never, go through a training program, no big deal. flag on your account doesn't do anything in a negative way. It's really only in the positive that you might be eligible for these potential benefits. And what these benefits will provide is basically they'll allow you to continue to get your unemployment payments even though you're going back to school or going through a training program. Because remember, you guys, you have to be available, looking for work, ready to work, and willing to accept work. But of course, if you're going to school, that might not be a possibility, and they know that. So that's why you'll have to flag your account, get the approval for them to say, yes, we think that you going through this program is a benefit to you. It would help you in gaining employment. So we're going to allow you to get your payments while you're going in school, even though we know that you are not looking for work. So that's one of the main reasons that you want to flag your account, like I said, in case you do end up attending training. If for some reason you file your claim, you file your unemployment, you're getting unemployment and you're looking for work, and then you decide that, oh, I do think I need to go back to school or I need to go through a training program, as long as it's within that 16-week period, you can still go online. You'll log into your benefits online account. You'll go to your claim. You'll go and send a message to EDD to flag your account or that you're interested in California training benefits. So here's the key word up here, you guys, is that California training benefits. And again, you'll want to do that before your 16th week on your claim to be eligible for those CTB. There's also another neat little benefit if you do get approved for CTB benefits. Not only could you potentially continue to get your unemployment payments, but you could also potentially get your payments even past the 26 weeks that you're only eligible for. So they're going to extend your actual unemployment benefits through, while you're going through training. Now, it's not going to maybe be through your whole training program if you have a really long training program, but it does approve you. In some cases, some individuals are eligible for that extension on their unemployment to get payments past their 26 weeks of unemployment. So this is a great program. Again, we really encourage you to flag your account, do it when you file the claim, or of course, contact EDD either online or you can call them and flag your account for those California training benefits if you're even just thinking about it, but just make sure that you do that before your 16th week. So let's talk about some of the veteran services that could be available to you. If you are a veteran, keep in mind that you're considered having a priority of service. So if you find yourself unemployed, we really want to make sure that you have the information available to you about all of the resources that you might have, either locally or of course stateside or federally. So there's always, of course, the local Veteran Service Office, the VSO office. There are veteran services through EDD. There are vet reps that help at EDD, helping you get back into employment. There's also, the U.S. Department of Labor has some services for even military spouses, and the Department of Veteran Affairs has even additional services for women that are veterans. So we really encourage you to make use of all of those resources that might be available to you if you are a veteran and you find yourself unemployed and needing some help getting back into the workforce. Some really helpful links that we want to make sure that you have is that edd.ca.gov/unemployment. There's an eligibility section, the requirements, there's a calculator, some really great information online that can kind of help you, again, just really see what are the requirements, how much will my payments possibly be. So we really encourage you to visit the EDD site directly for that information. There's also a benefits summary chart for workers, and that's actually on the Labor Workforce Development Agency site. That's at labor.ca.gov. And if you go to the Coronavirus 2019, there's a whole chart of services that are out there for individuals, whether it's unemployment or state disability, other programs, like CalFresh or even Workman's Comp. So it kind of just helps you to see what are those resources that you could potentially be eligible for. And lastly, we want to share with you that California EDD does have a YouTube channel, and they have some great helpful how-to videos on their channel. So if you go to YouTube and you look for the user California EDD, that's all one word, they have a lot of helpful how-to videos, about how to file your claim, how to certify, how to determine benefits. So, we encourage you to visit their YouTube channel for those videos, because sometimes it's easier to see that and see how they're doing that so that you're able to do it yourself. So let's talk about some other benefits or resources and services that might be available to you locally. One of the organizations that we recommend individuals to visit is 211. 211 has some valuable information about all of the local or even regional and state benefits that you might be eligible for and the organizations that are providing those services. They are a great resource to visit or to contact if you are needing additional help during this time of unemployment. Another resource would be visiting your social services department. They have programs for food, for healthcare, for families that need to get back to work that have children, and even cash aid under the general relief. There are also child care assistant programs, so to help you with those child care costs so you can go back to work or go to school. And even United Way of California has a lot of different programs and services as well that help in the areas of housing, healthcare, food resources, financial resources, and so many other things. We encourage you to reach out to them if you do need some extra help. And lastly, we want to remind you there are a lot of nonprofits, there are churches, there are shelters, and different organizations that have a lot of resources and assistance that you might need during this time. If you have any questions or there's something you do need help with, please reach out to our staff and we will do our best to try to connect you to the organization that might be able to provide that assistance to you. Some other little tips here we have, just for financial, that's always the biggest thing, right? Is how are we going to continue to pay my bills and to live and have those basic needs that we have that they're being met. So again, we encourage you to apply for unemployment. Even if you think you might not qualify, definitely reach out to AFWD. We'll kind of walk you through that or help you kind of figure out if you think you should or you think you shouldn't. But, worst case is they say no, but at least you've applied to see if you're eligible. And of course, again, those county services, if you didn't get the stimulus payment for the pandemic, definitely file your taxes because you might be eligible to get that payment through your taxes if you didn't already get that. So United Way also actually has a free file your taxes. It's My Free Taxes through United Way. So if you'd like, you can also file your taxes for free. There are student loan repayments are suspended through September 30th, so that could potentially help you at this time. A lot of mortgage companies are, suspending payments. They have hardship forbearances, but really encourage you to reach out directly to your mortgage companies for more information and help and see what they might be able to do. And then there is, things you can maybe get low-cost internet services, or even low-cost or free cell phone, home phone services. So these are all different things that you might be eligible for and could take advantage of, like I said, during this time. So now we just want to kind of talk a little bit about Alliance for Workforce Development and how we help individuals that might find themselves unemployed. How do we help those job seekers? We have so many things that we can do for you. And of course, if you haven't heard it yet, our services are free. They're available to anyone. We have a lot of services that are available to anyone. We have even more services that are available to individuals that might be eligible for those. But we provide a lot of employment and training help. We have resource centers in all of our, brick and mortar locations, and they have a center with computers and internet, faxes, copiers, phones, a lot of information about community services. We have jobs listed in our centers and even referrals to those employers. We help you with your resume, your cover letters. There's lots of workshops that we hold. We assess individuals. We do testing there. And of course, we help with unemployment benefits, just helping you to kind of understanding those benefits, filing those benefits, any issues that might come up afterwards. And we also have staff, we have advisors that provide one-on-one assistance and guidance for you while you're going through this unemployment time, to kind of help you get back to work, for your career goals, really kind of on that pathway. And some of those services through the advisor, could be maybe helping you with retraining or education that you might need, potentially supportive services. And, we continue to follow up with you even after you're gone from our program if you do end up enrolling with us. So there's just so many things that we can do for you during this time. And we encourage you to make use of those benefits and those services that are available. And it doesn't hurt. When it comes to training programs, being enrolled and getting help training, we work with a ton of employers. Employers come to us to help them find their workers. We post their jobs for their openings, and we help to fill those jobs if we can. So sometimes we will refer individuals to employers that are, working with us. We'll even develop certain positions with employers if we are working with somebody that we think would be a good fit. We have programs called on-the-job training opportunities where you could get hired by an employer even if you don't fit all the qualifications. And during a training period, we're actually going to, reimburse part of your wages back to the employer so that they can spend that extra time that they need to really train you and meet all those position requirements. So it's just another great opportunity to get employed when maybe you wouldn't really meet those qualifications and get employed with that employer. We also just have, educational training assistance. Every year we help hundreds of individuals get training under the funds that we have, and that's from private or public training institutions, and you're really getting, specific occupational skills. So maybe you're getting a certificate or a license or even potentially a degree, and those things that you're earning and going through those institutions are going to help you gain employment. We actually have programs that can help you financially, support you while you're trying to get those things. Another great opportunity through Alliance for Workforce Development. We also do kind of temporary placements, like we'll put you with an employer to do some work experiences, learn a job. It's a short-term assignment, it's paid. We have, like I said, temporary placements, really helping to kind of give you an understanding of maybe an industry you're trying to get into, while also, of course, helping you to earn an income at the same time. Some of our temporary placements are also to help with specific projects that we might be working on. And again, these are all paid. So another great opportunity to not have that gap in your work history, where you can continue to work while you're really looking for that employment that you really want. One of our main focuses is not only to help the individuals and the businesses, and of course our communities, but really to partner with a lot of other agencies within our communities to help those individuals and businesses fully. There's a lot of services, of course, that we don't provide, but we do have connections to and work with a lot of organizations and agencies within our local communities, and we can help get you connected with those organizations. We can help you even maybe apply for some of their services. And so really, coming through us, through Alliance for Workforce Development, you might not directly get the certain services through us, but again, we're going to maybe connect you to the services that you could potentially qualify for. And and or just connected to other agencies that you need help from. So it's another great advantage to really working with Alliance for Workforce Development. So what are your next steps, during this time? Again, you might find yourself laid off, or the business is closed and you're going to be laid off, or you were laid off and it shut down. We went over a lot of different things that you could potentially be eligible for, or that you should do during this time. But really, we encourage you to connect with us. Contact us at our local offices, visit us on any of our social networking sites, chat with us on our website. We have a chat feature, and it is manned by live agents Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can even email us at contactafwd@ensign.org. Then we encourage you, after maybe you've reached out to us and talked to us, to, of course, apply for unemployment benefits. But again, connect with us first, because we want to make sure that you do it right, that you have everything that you need, that you know what you're going to do when you file for unemployment, because you make one little mistake on your unemployment benefit package or application, or in that process, and it could put your benefits on hold. And so, although we are not the EDD department, we are partnered with them. We can provide you with some helpful information and guidance. So again, we encourage you, to connect with us before you do that. And lastly, on your next steps, we encourage you to really find and gather a lot of important information and documents that you're going to need to try to get back to work. Pulling out that resume, whether it's a draft and it's old, it doesn't matter, but then having that employment history available, getting all your right to work documentation out. Make sure that you do have like an ID or driver's license, a social security card, or even a passport, because you're going to need that to, of course, be employed by an employer. They're going to want to see your right to work documentation. If you do apply for unemployment, make sure you have that application available. If you don't know if you're going to receive it or not, or if you did get an award letter, or if you are receiving, make sure you kind of have copies of that documentation. Or even if you've exhausted, again, keep copies of those items as well. And if you are interested in training, and if that's something that maybe you're going to talk to one of the AFWD staff about, definitely gather up all the documents about the training program you're interested in, the school you want to go to, the institution, all of that, so that we can really help you take a look to see if it's even a program that we could assist with. Is that a good pathway for you? But these are some helpful steps that you can take, at this point in your layoff. So again, connect with us, apply for those benefits, and start gathering up all of this important documentation that you're going to need. Thank you for joining us and learning more about the layoff assistance and services that we have available through Alliance for Workforce Development. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or need any assistance whatsoever at all. You can again reach out to us through our social networking sites, online, on our website at www.afwd.org, or of course you can always call or visit one of our local offices. Have a wonderful day.